All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. I want to talk to you all about what's going on at CARC College, particularly what's happened since our May 9th board meeting. There's several things that I want to update you on, and for those who weren't able to make it today, we're filming this, so this video will go out to our entire campus community either later on today or tomorrow. First thing I want to talk about is our new strategic plan. As you all know, we went through a process that yielded a new plan. That plan was approved by the governing board on May 9th. It is currently in production. We have it outside with the firm who's taking a look at it. They're going to produce a final document, and when it's done, I will deliver a copy to everyone on our campus. We're producing two different versions of it. One that ends with the key initiatives, because I'll talk about fundraising a little bit later. I'll tell you why that portion of the plan is going to be important to fundraising. And then we'll have another portion of the plan that will have the year-by-year rubric, which we'll distribute internally. So I want to make sure you know the board approved it. I did ask the governing board in May to use the new strategic plan as the evaluation tool for me. I said to them, that plan should be the litmus test for my efficiency and effectiveness as the president of this college. So moving forward, that plan will form the basis of my evaluation. The second thing is absolutely related to the plan, but I'm going to use a four-letter word, so I'm going to warn you all right now. You can shout out if you have other four-letter words, but I'm going to use the four-letter word AQUIP. I know. Now, it really means Academic Quality Improvement Program. It may have other monikers as well, but just so everyone's on the same page, we are engaged fully in the process of reaffirmation of accreditation. Couple important things to remember. June 3rd, 2019. That's an important date. That is the date our portfolio is due in its final form to HLC, and they will lock it at that time. So that is the lock date for the portfolio. The visiting team, March 16th through 18th, 2020, so they will be on campus. Committees are being formed for the 6 areas. There are committee leads, there's chairs, there's champions. Almost everybody in this room will be asked to serve a certain role with this process, because accreditation is not about the president, it's about the institution. And so there's going to be a very collaborative process unfolding. I just want to make sure that our campus community knows, number one, we're fully engaged in the process. Number two, the lock date of June 3rd, we'll have all our materials in. We'll have about 10 months after the committee reviews that to make any adjustments we might want to make. And then March 16th through 18th, 2020, we'll talk a lot more about that as the coming months go by. That's our site visit for the reaffirmation of accreditation process. With that, a couple things that we've done that I think is going to help our campus prepare for the visit. We asked our board in May to do two things. We asked them to approve a new security fee. We also asked them to approve a new infrastructure fee. And so if you're not aware, we have two brand new fees, never been charged before to our college. The security fee is going to do one thing. It's going to go towards improving our efforts at providing security for a safe campus. That means things like we've been talking about, new HD cameras inside and outside, additional enhanced security measures, additional personnel. Every single cent that we spend from that fee is going to go to a certain expenditure. Because here's what I didn't want to do. I don't know about you all, but I don't like taxing students. I don't like taxing students any more than we have to. But we got to have a safe campus. And so the safety fee is going to generate about $97,000 per year to help us with our campus. The infrastructure fee is going to generate about $126,000 a year. Even though there is a critical maintenance list with the state, I know y'all are shocked by this, but that list hasn't been funded in years. So I know, it's surprising. So we got to figure out a way to fund infrastructure. The infrastructure fee is going to do that. So right away in the coming months, you're going to see changes. You're going to see work done in parking lots. We have some potholes that are starting to resemble the Grand Canyon. And so I'm worried about a vehicle disappearing in a couple of them. So we got to take care of that. So just know we're going to track for our students, our faculty, our staff, and our board every cent we spend on security, and the new security fee, every cent we spend on the infrastructure fee and what it went towards. Facilities, you've heard us talk about Seabrook, so I'm going to transition from fees to fun, right? That's a good, it's not quite alliteration, but it is fees to fun. And so we're within about a week from finalizing the lease with the governing board of Seabrook. I will send you out much more information about it, but again, it's a resource that is going to be free to our students, faculty, and staff. Operating hours are coming together. You'll get a ton more information about it. We should have a soft opening sometime in July. What I'm thinking about doing is opening up the facility in a few weeks and inviting everyone to come out. Maybe we'll do a barbecue and just have people come out and look at the facility. But that's going to be a big deal for our students. I think it'll be a big deal for all of us. I think it'll help us develop a greater sense of community. More importantly, what I think it'll help our students do is to continue to be engaged in extracurricular activities. Every single class I visited this last spring, the number one topic was, I want more to do with CARC College. I love this college, I love my classes, but I want to have a greater connection. This facility and the wellness programs, the intramural programs that we put in place is going to give all of us, and particularly our students, that greater sense of community with campus. The last thing I want to touch on in this segment is something I said when I interviewed for the position, and something I've said at convocation, and something that I've said really throughout the months that I've been here, almost 6 months, and that is that I promised you that we would have one-on-one meetings. I have not yet accomplished all of those one-on-one meetings. I do want you to know this. I will get them done. I've resumed them this summer. I will continue to do that. When our faculty return in the fall, if you're not here this summer, we'll meet in the fall. I want you to know that that is going to happen. I promised that it would, and the one thing I will not do is under-deliver on my promise to you. And so if I haven't got to you yet, just be patient, because I promise that I will. Come prepared. Some of the best things that have happened on this campus are as a result of those individual conversations and people telling me about some things that they want to do. And in the future, you're going to see some more things, not contained in the strategic plan, more things that we're going to do as a college. I'm going to point out Miss Kelly for just a moment, because I know you sit in the second row. She's put together a concept called a Shark Savers program, where we're going to go to our business community. If you have a CARC ID card as a student, faculty, or staff, those businesses will give you a discount. It may seem like a small thing, but it engages our businesses more. And for a lot of our students, and honestly for a lot of our faculty and staff, it gives them an opportunity to shop locally. And it's important for us as a college to support those in the same community. The Shark Saver program is just an example of something that came out of a conversation that's now happening in reality. As we close this session out, the one thing I want to let you know is that I'm very proud of this institution. I'm proud of everything we've done. Think about it very quickly. We have a new food pantry because we have students and faculty and staff who are hungry. We have a new career closet because we know our students need help with professional dress when they interview for positions. We have a new emergency loan fund that our governing board of our trustees, our foundation approved. Those are all things meant to do one thing, and that's to accelerate the process to completion for our students. You all play a big role in the acceleration of that process. And as we move forward over the next several months, we're going to talk about exactly how we're going to accelerate learning and create more success for our students. I want to let you know about several other things that are going on campus that you may not be aware of. 2 involve moves. So adult basic education has been at a leased off-site facility. As of July 1st, adult basic ed is coming back to this campus. I think that's an important decision, and I'll tell you why. I visited this last spring with our adult basic ed students. One of the things I heard was they didn't feel a part of the campus. And when I was done speaking to them, 2 or 3 of those students, I said, so what are you going to do after this? And they said, well, I'm going to go here or there. And I'm going to say, well, why aren't you coming to CARC? And they said, because we don't feel like we're wanted. And I said, that is not the feeling on this campus. I say all that to say that our adult basic ed program, we recognized our graduates during our spring commencement. They are no less important to our campus community than any of us. So they are coming to campus. We're going to have enhanced opportunities for those students to engage in the campus. More importantly, if they want to further their education beyond their GED, they're going to be able to walk from one building to another building and make that happen. Because sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, a couple miles might as well seem like a couple million miles. And so we are going to cut that barrier out because it is a barrier. So July 1st, that happens. The second major thing as far as facilities goes, the former Workforce Development Center, we're going to use that. It's going to become the new home for the Jefferson Area Technology and Career Center. So what we know as JTech for short. It is a collaboration of area high schools. We have a lot of JTech students coming in the afternoon, taking computer programming, taking welding. We will now have between 250 and 300 new students on our campus this fall. Students who are going to engage in programming now, and more importantly, just like our ABE students, they're going to be able to make the simple walk across campus to finish their college career. And so those are two things that are happening this summer. JTech will be operational by the time their fall semester starts. They'll be starting the moving process somewhat soon. I just want you to know that we've done both of these things with one thing in mind, and that's how to serve students better. Whether it's our adult basic ed students or it's students who are in our high schools yet want to come to this campus and take advantage of the kind of programming that we have as a college. I want to talk to you about people now and personnel, just to give you some information. First, I want to talk to you about my wife, Lynette, who's not here today, but I want to make sure everyone knows that she's in a part-time role at the college. Her position is coordinator of special projects. One of the things she's doing is working on a new literacy program. We just received a grant from the Dollar General Foundation, and if you know any incoming third graders, so students who have finished second grade, getting ready to start third grade, in July, we're going to target those students for the new literacy program. If you would email Mr. Kutenkooler's office or Kelly to let them know, if you know of any incoming third grader, it's going to be on this campus. It'll be in July. It's free. The students will receive their own library when they leave. So they're going to leave the program learning how to read better, learning how to have better comprehension, better phonetics. They're also going to have their own small library of books that they study during the program. And so I'm really excited about it because I think I've talked to you before about how important literacy is. Third grade is critical, because in second grade, you're still looking at books with pictures. In fourth grade, you're reading chapter books. And so Lynette has ran literacy programs before. It's a natural fit for her. She'll be pursuing more grants as special projects coordinator. She'll be working on grants that are not in the literacy area, but things that are going to help our college. Her experience as a person who did accounting for a multi-million-dollar firm is going to come in handy, because she's going to be able to track all of our grants. She's going to know what's going on. I just want to make sure that you all know what she's doing. Her role is not permanent, because she can't have a permanent role here. I'm proud of what she does for us, because she puts in a lot more hours than 28 hours, and everybody in this room puts in a lot more hours than 40 hours. So I want to make sure that anything I do is transparent, and anytime you have a question about anything, particularly as it relates to any kind of personnel, to let me know that. We have some people who are going to be in new positions. As of July 2nd, we will have a new Dean of Nursing. The Dean of Nursing is coming from outside. It's Miss Joyce Scott, who's been in Southeast Arkansas for, I think, most of her life, if I remember correctly. She's been involved in nursing education for 30 plus years. She's developed online programs. She has deep connections with our state nursing board. I think she's going to add tremendous value. So Ms. Scott will be here on July 2nd as the new Dean of Nursing and Allied Health. A couple other personnel moves that have happened this summer is, I think I remember telling you that we were going to have a new Director of Development. So we went through the process with the state to have a new Director of Development. We interviewed 3 outstanding candidates. There were 2 external candidates and 1 internal candidate. The position was offered and graciously accepted by Ms. Barbara Dunn, so to my right, to your left. And I'm very, very excited about what we're going to do, because make no mistake, we're going to raise money. We're going to build friends. We're going to build network. But we're there to do one thing, and that's to raise money. Barbara and I are already starting to talk about an event that will happen in 2019, and that is going to be the 60th anniversary celebration of our institution. At that time, we will make a major announcement about our fundraising efforts. So stay tuned, because I'm not ready to make that announcement today, but it will come very soon. I also want you to know with that move that there was a hole left behind in director of recruiting. And so I want to say a special thanks to Deb Pylan, because not only is Deb still working on her recruitment efforts, she's agreed to take over as the interim director of recruiting. That's a big deal for 3 different reasons. Number one, we have a new CRM, a new software that's going to help us engage our students that Deb is now working on. We're finishing up fall 2018 recruiting cycles. We're going to be ready to start spring 2019 recruiting cycles. So Deb's stepping in and doing a lot of work. And so my thanks to Barbara for accepting her new position. My thanks to Deb for doing what she does, because we have a lot going on in recruitment and retention, and I shouldn't say this about retention, shouldn't have to say it, but it's one of the most important things we do. Getting students in the door is important. Walking across the stage is important. But it's kind of like an epitaph on a tombstone. There's a beginning date and there's an end date. And in life, what matters is what happens in between that dash. For our students, there's a beginning date of when they walk on this campus. Hopefully there's an end date when they come to graduation and they earn a certificate or a degree. That's what we want their end date to do. But in the middle, y'all know this, a lot can happen. And so retention is key to what we're going to do. You're going to hear a lot more about our retention efforts over the coming months. So again, my thanks to Barbara, my thanks to Deb. I want you to know institutionally, in a very short period of time, we've moved miles. We still have miles to go, but here's the good thing. I'm looking forward to our reaffirmation of accreditation. I'm going to tell you one reason why. I've been on campuses when no one was looking forward to the site team coming. I cannot wait for the site team to come here, because we can say things in words, but here's the deal. The action they're going to see, I don't think can be duplicated on any other college. They're going to see passion. They're going to see motivation. They're going to see dedication. We can write that, but reading it and feeling it are 2 different things. And so as we prepare, I'm so excited for that site team to come, because they're going to see what I already know. We're a campus of action. We're a campus that's moving forward together, and the beneficiaries of that movement are going to be our students, and ultimately the roles they play in this community and other communities. Because remember, in our new strategic plan, we are building the leaders of tomorrow, and that's our job today. Thank you all very much.